a short stream and missed stream last week. If this is your first time watching, I take chat prompts given to me. I have a list here from last stream, and then we're going to be taking some new ones during this stream. And I take the prompts, usually a word, maybe two, maybe an idea, and I spend about 10 to 15 minutes writing them into a poem. And then I do a read back, see where we landed with it, move on to the next one. This first one that I'm going to be working on, the prompt is Dealer's Choice, and it was given to me on my community page when I was asking for prompts before the stream today. So, thank you for being here, and I hope that you have a wonderful time. I know I am. I'm excited. We'll start this one at 1 minute straight up. Hey, Pizza Dave. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, we're just in time to hear the train. Yep, there goes the train. That's pretty cool. I don't know how much of it will make it into the mic for the phone, but just in time. How's your night going, Pizza? Closing up shop? If I remember correctly, I think that's what you said. Usually when you're closing up shop is when I get turned on. When the stream gets turned on. Yeah, gotta watch my mouth. This is the internet. Closed early because we got slammed. That's a good. I mean, that's a good problem to have, I suppose. Is it unusual to get slammed on a Monday? Is there something going on? Hey, Teskey, how's it going? Oh, you're making dough now to get caught up. Do you usually make it the day of, Pizza Dave? Teskey, what are we doing? So I do prompt poems on the stream. I take prompts from chat and I spend about 10 to 15 minutes and I write a short poem about them. The one I'm working on right now is Dealer's Choice. The prompt is Dealer's Choice, and it came from my community page this morning. So I started it about a minute and a half ago. Dang, so you must be really busy to have to make it the night before to get caught up. That's crazy. Like I said, that sounds like a good problem to have. Hopefully it's not too draining, too big of a wipeout. Sorry, I've got to take the gum out of my mouth. That sound is going to bother me. My thoughts on poutine. That's actually really funny. I just listened to a voicemail from my mom asking me to come over for poutine dinner the last time she was visiting my brother. I've actually never eaten it, I don't think, the proper way. I've had a pale imitation of it from a restaurant in Alaska, but I don't think I've ever had like actual poutine. Good thing, but no staff in the summer, so it's a lot of work. Oh yeah, that's insane. So you're there all by yourself during the summer months? You don't have any like seasonal summer kids out of school or college kids looking for extra work? Or is that just out of the ceiling for your place? Ivan Geiger. Welcome. Me, my dad, and my wife. Oh, okay. It's not you running solo, but small family operation. Man, I would love to visit sometime. That would be so cool. I think we're just about all out of actual mom and pop pizza places around me. Most of them are all chains now. Ivan Geiger, I live in Alaska. Me too, man. I work right out of Denali. I live in Fairbanks and then work out of Denali during the week. So I don't know where you're at up here, but it's a small world, even smaller with the internet. Down here in Anchorage, yeah. I have not lived in Anchorage for 5 years, but I lived there from 2018 to 2019. Terrible town. Too many people. No, my sister lives in Anchorage. I still visit probably a couple times a year. But it is one of my least favorite places in Alaska. And I like it in the woods. Fairbanks. I was born in Fairbanks. I grew up in Delta Junction, moved to Seward, graduated from Seward High, moved back to Delta, moved to, where did I live? After Delta was Seward again, Anchorage, Esther, Delta again, and now Fairbanks for the last few years. Hey, Indiana boy. And then I spent a lot of time when I was living in Seward, living portions of the year on boats. I'm commercial fished. So I'd live like 3 or 4 months on a boat during the summer months, just kind of traveled all over. Do they call you the Wanderer? No. When Soulless Druid shows up in chat, whenever he makes it on, he has a nickname that he calls me, but it is not the Wanderer. It's Papa Poetry. How are you doing, Hertzfeld? Welcome on, Indiana boy. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm sorry for missing stream last week and then the super short one on Thursday. I was under the weather. Whatever I had, it knocked me right on my butt. Hey, Speedy Boy, good to see you. Give me your hat. I will not. I will not give you my hat, D. Hertzfeld. This is my favorite hat, and it has been for many years. I've been wearing this hat since 2016. Hey, Ann. Hello, hello. You can get a clone, a lookalike like this hat on Amazon. I think they're like 16 bucks. I've ordered one of them that I thought was going to replace this one, but the fabric is just a little thinner. This is like a heavy stocking cap material, and the ones from Amazon are the like Neff hats, like real thin netting. Knitting, I guess is the word for it. But they have the Fallout, or the Vault Boy. So if you want something that just looks like it, but not this specific hat, there's an option for you. But I'm not going to give you mine. Not a chance. Did you watch the show? I did. I binge watched the show. It was very good. I was pretty happy with how they did it. As a lover of the games, there were some things that didn't make sense to me, but I understand it's a show and you have to cut some corners. But I really like how they did the power armor. I saw all your videos this morning. I'm not sober, but you are inspiring. I appreciate that, Anne. Thank you for your kind words. That's a lot. All of my videos, that's a lot. I appreciate that. It's good watch time. How many caps for the hat? Not for sale. Enough caps where I don't have to work for more caps for the rest of my life, then I'll give you my hat. I'll even sign it for you. That will bring the value down, understandably, at this point, but someday maybe it'll be worth more caps. I have 7 charisma. This is BS. How's your night going, sweetie boy? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. I know we're starting a little bit earlier than normal, trying to make up for some lost time. It's good. How's yours? Also, are you still sick? I have some allergies going on, but I don't have the stomach bug anymore. Whatever it was last week, it was just in my body. Like I couldn't sit up. I was dizzy. I was nauseous constantly. But what poetry are you working on at the moment? I'm working on a prompt poem that I got a prompt for on the community post this morning when I made that. It's a dealer's choice. So I've been working on it for about 11 minutes, taking time to talk and stuff. So, but we're almost done. I'm working on the last 4 lines of it now. If you have any prompt or anything you'd like a poem written about, feel free to post it in chat. I'll add it to my list and we can start working on live prompt poems. I always start with one from either the last stream or the community post, and then we'll just continue off of what comes in from chat. I liked and subbed, by the way. Gotta go. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes a wish for a nuclear winter. I appreciate your support, Herzfeld. Thank you. And good luck on patrol. We just got done with winter up here. I'm okay with a little bit of heat right now. I don't want winter back right now. I'm sure in a month, bring it on. But yeah, whatever sickness I had last week, sweetie boy, it's mostly out of my system now. I had a little bit of nausea this morning, but well, no, not this morning. Yesterday morning, Sunday morning. But most of it's gone. Now it's just the tried and true allergies. Hey, Cody, good to see you. Back in the camper this week. Should be here all week. My work truck came out of the shop today. I'll be going back up to get it picked up tomorrow. Then everything will be smooth sailing. Today was our first day over 80 this year, so high 90s in the kitchen. Ugh, and it was slammed too. That sounds pretty bad. I know when I worked back of house, we used to keep the meat thermometers right in our vest pockets in our coats, and it would routinely be 100, 110 degrees at the grill. It sucked. I feel you on that one, Pizza Dave. Interesting. Hey, Trevor. Good to see you. Good to see you. The doctor put me on a new medication. Dude gave a stroke patient Cialis. Well, if I remember correctly, that's the good time. It's one of the good time advertisements that used to come on at like 4 in the morning. That's time, 1741. A little bit longer. And then, well, it's the first one. We're getting caught up, saying hi to everybody. So this one is Dealer's Choice, a prompt that I took from my post this morning from, I believe, Dustin Dewberry, if I remember correctly, or Cody. I wrote this one in 16 minutes and 41 seconds. I'm not good at being put on the spot. Decisions have never been my strengths. As a matter of choice, and everything I've got was picked by someone else at great lengths. But this is a game I love to play, so I'll put my chips on the table. Fates will choose if I get to stay. I'd ask a favor of you if you're able. Tell me what I'm supposed to be. To play this hand, I wagered my voice. It's up to you now. I'm at your mercy. Where my cards fall, the dealer's choice. I'm from Australia where advertising medications on TV are illegal. Did you all grow up watching ads about antidepressants? Yeah, antidepressants, Xanax, Viagra, Cialis. Big pharma controls a lot of our late night advertisements. Yeah. Huh, thank you, everybody. I don't know if that's what you meant by with dealer's choice, Dustin, but that's how sorry, it's been a minute, Cody. I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's where I went with it. I don't know if you were just telling me to write about whatever, but I took you literally. So yeah, that's how it works, Anne. I take a prompt, I write a poem, we read it, I move on to the next prompt, we keep going, and take minutes to answer questions and talk, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. But we never see a Chinese food commercial. Not in a long time. There used to be one in Anchorage, actually. It was Twin Dragon. And it had this big gong sound. It was Mongolian barbecue. Oh, okay. I am going to blow my nose real quick. Oh, you have nothing to apologize for, Ann. Ever, ever, ever. I'm gonna Sing that song again. What, Twin Dragon? Mongolian Barbecue? I don't remember the exact commercial, but that's all I think that's all it was. Like, Twin Dragon, Mongolian Barbecue. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't write down. I have a prompt, but I didn't write who gave it to me in one of the last streams. I think this one was from you as well, Cody. 2 friends on the same path. I think that one was from you as well. We've got Traipsing Along the Milky Way by LDQA. Did I already do that one? No, that one wasn't from you? Okay. I didn't write down who it was, and that's my fault. I already did Traipsing Along the Milky Way. That one's back here. Once again, I left one of my notebooks in my other stream setup, so I have mismatched memories of what I was writing last time. So, but funnily enough, I got a song idea stuck in my head today, so I started writing what will eventually become lyrics, I think. Maybe if I can corner Solus Druid in chat, I'll have to ask him about it. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed a prompt at any point. I don't think so. I think it was just Pizza Dave, Ivan, and yeah, lyrics. Hell yeah. Let's see. He wants copyright money. Well, I think he's onto something. Like, really, if you're going to be making the kind of content like that and putting it out there. Rob Solo says, being sober gets better. I've been sober now for a few years, and I get to enjoy everything I missed. It's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Rob. Marissa Calderon says, Forgotten Past Lives. Ooh, that's a good one. Forgotten Past Lives. Start another index card of prompts. Yeah, that's true, Trevor. And that's the way that when I get a melody stuck in my head, I'll start singing it as the words, and it ends up being a lot like how I write my poetry. This is for Marissa. Let's see. That's awesome. Oh, that is very warm. Oh, that does not taste the same when it is not cold. Okay, we're on to the second poem, so you all are up for some ASMR, the good stuff. Ooh, it's so pointy that it's hooked. There's that good stuff. I called a 1-800 number to get me off smoking. They're sending me a package in the mail. That is amazing. That's a cool first step. Oh, excuse me. Forgotten Past Lives. Sounds like my knees when I squat down. Oh man. That's how my whole body sounds when I get off work most of the time. Like a glow stick being snapped back into place. Okay, let's start this one. We'll call it 25, 15. Forgotten Past Lives. I'm doing the left lean again. Got to yell at me, chat. When I do my writing, I lean my head off screen. I just noticed. I could turn my phone, I suppose. That won't help, but it'll be more obvious. I forget who it was, but somebody was in here last week or the week before and said, the left side of my brain is doing overwork or overtime, working twice as hard. Oh, this feels good. I missed not being able to stream last week. Made me feel real crappy about it, but I was already feeling crappy with being sick. So it just kind of compounded. My brain did the hokey pokey and never turned itself around. I think you're doing a pretty good job of turning yourself around, Cody. I mean, you did quite the hokey pokey, you're right. I wouldn't say you never turned yourself around. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you can hear that. I didn't pick up on it until the emote there. Sorry, I can close my top hatch if that gets too loud. I don't know what they're doing. Was that this weekend? Oh, yeah, I think that was the 20th, I'm pretty sure. I thought it was next month, though. Was it May? I think you're right, Cody. I hope he's rocking out. time. 33 straight up. Okay. This is Forgotten Past Lives for Marissa. We wrote this one in 7 minutes, 45 seconds. Some things come easy to me, like I've learned how to do them already. A savant, miracle, even a prodigy. All of these things have been said of me. These little voices in my head, though, they've been guiding me from the start. But no one asks about them. Do they know? Of the lifetimes carried in my heart? Pathways walked by those before me, now guide my steps on trails well trodden. All of these experiences blooming within will be but echoes of my past lives, now long forgotten. I like that one. Thank you for that prompt, Marissa. That was a good one. I appreciated that. Thanks, Anne. Was there... I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Marissa. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up and see if I missed any. I don't think I did. I think I was paying pretty close attention, but maybe not. Okay. All the other work trucks are coming into the yard now. Let's see. I've got one. Tree magic. Okay, we can do that one too. Tree magic. Tree magic, but with fairies. Okay. Tree magic, but with fairies. Dustin and that's called cooking. Tree magic with fairies. Okay, we'll do that one now. We'll start this one. We'll call it 3650. I'm not sure how it works as a prompt, but one of the questions I asked in group is what color best describes your mood right now? It always makes me think for a second. Actually, I've thought about that a little bit before too. Today we talked about that in my counseling when I was in it. There was a chart on the wall that had, I forget how many, it was like 6, no, it was 3 rows, so it would have been 9, 3 rows of 3 different colors on it to kind of base your opinion off of, or your choices, I mean. It does, it makes you think. That's a good idea. I'll put it on the prompt list. We'll see what I make with it. Either way, I like it. Okay, that's time. 44:08. I definitely embraced my inner D&D bard for this one. So magic and fairies and stuff, it just makes me think of Dungeons and Dragons, and I've played a couple of bards in that game before, and it's always a lot of fun. This is so it's a little bit silly, and I apologize for that ahead of time. But tree magic with fairies, a combined prompt from Cody and Anne. Walking through your darkened wood, I found myself quite sleepy. Too scared to lay upon the ground, I slept right where I stood, not roused at all by the critters, cuddly or creepy. I woke upon a mushroom bed, wings attached right to my backside. Oh dear me, I must have hit my head. But I couldn't end the dream, no matter how I tried. I cursed the magic woods with every word I've got, until the doorway opened and I seen my fairy wife. Now see me, I'm not one to mess with magic, but shaking down these pine trees has turned to quite the life. Hey, Carrot, how are you? That one is definitely on the sillier side of things I've written, and if I was willing to embrace my character, I would probably do some singing of it. I think it would definitely probably be better as a sing-songy kind of poem, but that's funny. How's your night going, Carrot? Good to see you, good to see you. Thanks, Trevor. I appreciate that. Silly is good. I agree, wholeheartedly. And let's go with colors. It's nice that your wife is the fairy. Yeah, I imagine the bard was going through the forest and fell asleep in the fairy wood, and then woke up as a convert or something of the like. Garrett says, "Good. How about you?" I'm doing good. I'm enjoying writing tonight. I missed the last couple streams because I was sick, and it's been nice getting back into this. Being able to talk with everybody has put me in a very good mood. Work did its best to kick my ass today, and making the best of after work, and just kind of unwinding and writing and having a good time and smiling. I gotta go to bed. Have a good day, and by the way, I subbed. I appreciate you, Garrett. Thank you for the support. Have a good rest of your night. This will move on to color of your mood for Pizza Dave. I'm smiling too, yeah. I can always tell I've been, after stream, a lot of the times, I spend a lot of stream smiling. Like, I look at the phone and I'm just in a good mood. Just seeing people talking, interacting, I can feel it in my face. Like, every time I'm done. It's one of the things I really enjoy about it. Puts me in a very good mood. I enjoy this kind of interaction a lot. I'd actually have felt myself not wanting to be motivated to make my poetry videos for my channel anymore because I would rather just live stream. But, hey, Joe, good to see you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm feeling better too. 48 straight up. This one is for Pizza Dave. Color of your mood. Mondays are the worst. I sleptwalked through this day. Yeah. My day started off at a snail's pace, and then all at once, like 10:30 this morning, I just got thrown into a blender, and just the second half of the day is just a blur until I turned on my stream. Just, like, I blinked and we're done. Kind of nuts. Hey, Irene. Good to see you. Good to see you. My mother just called, cussing my nephew put a virus on her computer. Uh-oh. Well, that's not fun. Well, welcome back. Hope everyone is well. I hope that you're well too, Irene. Good to see you. Kicking it at day 106. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's super awesome. Almost a week passed. Proud of you. I'm very happy that you are sharing your journey with me and with everyone here. It means a lot. I wonder if the color will be blue. I'm actually going a different direction. I'm not making it the color of my mood. I'm using color of your mood as a prompt, as a whole, and kind of writing based on that. Hey, Solus, you made it. Good to see you. Good to see you. We were talking about when your performance was a little bit earlier. Irene, thank you all so much. Definitely a little easier with people who get it. Yeah, I agree with that. June 20th. It is next month. I was right. I thought it was next month, but I couldn't remember. By the way, I've been informed and witnessed myself. Fireflies have officially made their way back to North Georgia. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, you missed the poem, Dustin. That's what we were talking about before. I will... Sorry, I keep doing that. I'm interchanging Dustin and Cody. Yeah, I will do a quick pop back. This is Tree Magic with fairies involved. It's a combination prompt from Cody and Anne, and I wrote this one in 7 minutes, 12 seconds, something like that. Walking through your... Oh, sorry, let's preface this. This is a little bit sillier on the spectrum of how I write my poems. I embodied my D&D bard when I wrote this, so it's definitely supposed to be a more sing-songy kind of poem. When I read it the first time, I did not do that justice. I'm having a hard time like getting into that kind of character, but imagine Jaskier from The Witcher, or whatever your favorite bard from fiction is. Walking through your darkened wood, I found myself quite sleepy. Too scared to lay upon the ground, I slept right where I stood, not roused at all by all the critters, cuddly or creepy. I woke upon a mushroom bed, wings attached right to my backside. Oh dear me, I must have hit my head, but I couldn't end this dream, no matter how I tried. I cursed the magic woods with every word I've got, until the doorway opened, and I've seen my fairy wife. Now see me, I'm not one to mess with magic, but shaking down these pine trees has turned to quite the life. All right, there's our read back of Tree Magic with fairies. So reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. Love it. That's awesome. Thank you. Trey says, can you do a poem about being a mechanic? Sure, I can do that. I can add you to the list. I will work on that one right after I'm done with the one I'm working on now. Now, is this poem going to be how much we don't like engineers? That's my immediate response about what it's like to be a mechanic. Fixing things that were not designed to be easily accessed is where my brain immediately goes. I'm not a mechanic, but I do maintain electrical systems that were built in the late 80s, early 90s, and it's just, I feel a lot of the pain. I don't know what kind of a mechanic you are, Trey, but I respect and wholeheartedly admire you for doing it. Who puts a starter under the intake manifold? Engineers. Irene says, okay, I have a confession. Hey, Tony. Uh-oh. Irene says I have a confession. Well, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I think the engineers and Snap-on dealers have a warrior's handshake going on. Design it this way, and then we can build a tool to do it just that way, and then we'll sell it to these guys at 10,000%. When I first owned a car, I thought that you only changed your oil when it ran out, so I went years without changing my oil. My first husband's father changed my oil and was like, you're lucky the engine didn't blow up. I drive a Hoopty right now, and it has what I like to call self-changing oil. The oil just kind of comes out when it wants to, lubricates things along the way, and then I just keep adding more to the top. And I've been doing that in the car I'm driving right now for like 2 years. Not my new truck, but just like my Healy car, the one that I drive when I'm down here in the man camp. I use it to go like 6 miles at a time. So it's got that self-changing oil feature. Yeah, or like an old Detroit. If it's not leaking, it's because it's empty. I stress some people out. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, last Monday when I was leaving my house to go to work, my work truck had decided it didn't need any oil in it, and it left it all over my driveway. So that's why I didn't have a work truck last week. It went in and had to have the pan gasket replaced. My Harley's like that. If you don't see oil on the ground, you better add some. Yeah. That's how I am with my nice truck, Jill. Like I have a 2017 Tacoma that's like that. It's routine maintenance. I've done that basically every 3,500 miles. It goes in to have the oil changed. I'm still on the warranty oil changes on that one for a while, but I think I might be over that now. I think I've owned it too long now. My VW van marks its territory, as it should. This is my camping spot. I'll be back. I have not had a chance to see any of your brother's books, Cody. I have the name written down right over there. See Derek Miller and Spike Milligan. I still have those two authors written down as people to check out, but I left that index card in the camper last week, and I didn't make it. I didn't make it to the camper last week. I was stranded up in the real city without a truck to come down here. I have it sitting there, but I forgot it last week. I have 230,000 on my GTI. I have to put her up on the lift. Yeah. that plow truck is tired, Pizza Dave. Oh, let's see. I missed a prompt. Meeting the love of your life in a lucid dream from Marissa. right, I've got that prompt down too, Marissa. I've got 2 more in front of that one. I have the Ultimate Mom Mobile at Chrysler Town and Country. That's a good one. It's right behind the Toyota Sienna. So I'm going to zoom in on a comment real quick and take a break from writing. Pizza Dave, it actually got hit by one of the railroad guys this winter. So I was driving one of the railroad trucks a couple of winters ago, and the roads were nasty glare ice. The person in front of me missed their turn. We're on the expressway. They missed their turn because they slid through it. So rather than keep going and take the next exit, they decided to just hit the brakes, like slam on the brakes. I am in the railroad truck. I've got a guy riding with me. I see them hitting their brakes, and I go, "Oh, expletive, expletive, expletive." Try to get around them in the fast lane. I turn broadside, and I hang my front end in the passing lane. As we start to turn, I look into my mirror, and all I see is snowplow, like one of the big DOT, like big plow trucks. The only thing that saved the front end of my railroad truck was that like heavy rail axle on the front of it, because that thing is welded to the frame and it took most of the hit. But that was I've been on the other side of that experience, and it's not fun in the railroad truck, at least when the plow truck's bigger than you. Yeah, all the expletives. Yeah. I had some choice words for the other person that stopped in front of me. Like, I felt like I was adequately behind them for the conditions, and you just don't expect someone to stop in the middle of the highway. No, you're right, Ann. Railroad is to train with trains. So my work truck I drive is called a high rail. It's a regular truck, but it has hydraulic train wheels or rail wheels on the front that go up and down with a hydraulic pump. So we can pull onto the train tracks, put the wheels down, and then we drive down the rails in our pickups. That's how we get out to remote sites and maintain equipment and stuff alongside of the tracks. Most of the older locomotives are the big Detroit diesels, Trey. I don't know exactly the model numbers or anything. I'm not that kind of a individual, but. And then the newer locomotives are all DC voltage electric motors. They have a DMU. They have a big diesel like inverter or generator that powers electric drive motors and stuff, which is supposedly more efficient, but it seems like the same thing with extra pieces. But okay, that's time 67, 57. We'll call it 68 straight up. Sorry this one took so long, Pizza Dave. I got distracted talking. A truck that turns into a train. It just has train wheels. It has rail wheels attached to it. So the wheels are like, you can't really see on here, but they're like this big around and made out of steel. Bro just went in on trains like Sheldon. I'm a railroader. I've worked for the railroad for 8 years. It's been my career. It's something that I very much enjoy. A trainophile. No, they're called. Little known fact. if you meet someone who is obsessed with railroads and obsessed with trains and all things trains, they're actually called foamers. Like, there's a word for people like that. It's a whole genre of individual, fanatical people, and they are called foamers. That's not a joke. You can look that up. Diesel over electric. Yeah, they run both. I don't remember exactly how the system works. I'm not in the train and engineman part of the union, but my girl really liked Rose-Colored Glasses poem. I'm glad, Solus, thank you. F. F, Pizza Dave. I don't know why they're called that. It's something that I was taught in orientation when I hired on like 8 years ago, and it has proved true. Anyway, this is Color of Your Mood, a prompt from Pizza Dave, and I wrote it in 20 minutes because I got distracted talking a little bit. Pictures are worth so many words, but what if I fill the frame with red? What sentences form from primal hurts? How do I speak the rage inside my head? And if all my paints turn to blue, will you read my paragraphs of sadness? Making me choose a single shade feels so untrue. I think choosing just one leaves me feeling less. With this war paint of purple, I embrace the fear that feeds rage everything I've lost. Painted lines across my face, a signature upon my painting. Yeah, the ending of that one is, I would probably chop that up and redo it, but I like that one. Generally, it's a derogatory term for railroad enthusiasts, generally not preferred in the industry. I have never used it in a derogatory manner, and I'm in the industry, so that is news to me. I appreciate you looking that up, Trey. That is, I did not realize that was a derogatory term. I honestly just thought it was about people that were excited about trains. So that's good to know. I will not spread that information in a false manner. And that brings us to being a mechanic for Trey. My ADHD tells me I have to know these things. Yeah, if I wasn't on stream, I would probably have looked it up too. It's hard to leave screen while I'm on as my phone. Sorry, I got everyone sidetracked on trains, and you don't have to apologize. I'm very easy to sidetrack when we're talking about trains. It is my day job. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Irene. Thank you for coming back. All right, we're due for some ASMR. So here you go. It's the good stuff. I'm not impressed with these pencils. Okay, let's start this one. We'll call it 70. Call it 73. Ah, my knees. We have a whole museum, but I haven't been. Oh man, like a railroad museum, Irene? That would be. Unfortunately, that makes me excited, and I think that says more about me as a person than. I've always wanted to drive on the tracks in a truck. It's an experience unlike basically anything else I've ever done, which I have become fairly normalized to it now. And yeah, I mean, you're right. That's not something that everybody gets to do. It's pretty cool. Going in reverse is weird. So you have the steering wheel locked in place. You don't touch the steering wheel once you get everything lined up. So when you're going in reverse, you're just kind of sitting and like watching your mirrors and watching behind you. But when you stop going in reverse, it's like the whole, you get the galaxy effect kind of. That's pretty cool. But some of the most beautiful places in Alaska, I think, is you can't see them from the highway. The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Man. When I was in Kansas City, we got to go into one of their big railway museums there. That was really cool. Some of the tools that they used to do for lining track, it's like you have to be a man's man. Basically a human piece of machinery for what we do now. That's dangerous, Irene. That's dangerous. It's my obligation to say don't do that, but yeah, it is pretty down there, especially when there's no trains. That you'd be surprised how many people say that. It happened 2020, 2019. Yeah. No one really thinks about how dangerous it is. And I'm only saying it now because I've been doing this long enough to have been involved in cleanup, and it sucks. So a few years ago, there was a older man walking his dog down the tracks. Hard of hearing, didn't hear the train, didn't get out of the way, just train couldn't stop. Flame to Ashes. Okay, we'll add that one to the list. That one's from Jill as well. Okay, we're working on this one now. We've got 1, 2, 3. Cool. Soulless Druid skipped my prompt. Your prompt was... Did I miss your prompt, Druid? Can you remind me what it was? I might have missed it in chat. There was a lot of talking going on. I'm sorry if I did. Solus, I scrolled up quite a ways. I didn't see it. I'm sorry if I missed the prompt. Please feel free to pop it back in and I will put it up in the queue if I missed it. Am I back? I lost connection there for a minute. The train rolling through the yard, I think, is messing with my system. Prompt I feel attached to is losing my grams. Was like a parent to me. She loved cats. Ranch. That's not too sad at all, Anne. Okay, I'm back. Solas, I don't know if you heard me, if my audio was still coming through or not, but I scrolled up a little ways and I didn't see a prompt that I missed. So feel free to again. I'm sorry if I missed it. I've got a prompt from Trey for being a mechanic. Boys will be boys for Jill. Meeting the love of your life in a dream for Marissa. Flames to Ashes for Jill again. And then losing my grams for Anne. So I'm sorry if I missed yours. I don't know how far back it was. Okay, all right, I'll go back to cooking, I'm sorry. Back in the kitchen for me. I can't wait to get the sticker pack made. I need to finish. I've got 2 of them drawn up. I'm probably gonna do 3 more stickers in the pack. And then not do individual stickers and just do it as a pack. So I'm looking forward to it. Sean Dever says, hey, about to go to bed. I got work early, but wanted to say hi. I love all of you. Going to keep an eye for the next live stream so I can actually hang a bit. Sean, thank you for popping in. Good to see you, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. different word than cook. Oh man. I did make mention. Somebody asked if I called myself the Wanderer, and I said no, but Solus Druid, when he gets here, he'll call me Papa Poetry. Time 88:14. All right. It wouldn't be a poem for a mechanic without a cuss word, so there's an F-bomb in here. Content warning before I start reading it. Being a mechanic for Trey Chastain. I think I'm saying that last name right. Chastain? If I'm saying that wrong, correct me, Trey. I would appreciate it. But being a mechanic for Trey, I wrote this in 15 minutes and 14 seconds. I can fix things I didn't break, as well as the bolts that couldn't hang. If only they put the plug where I could reach, for fuck's sake. Not a day gone by without a knuckle bang. From a grease tech on an offshore rig to the garage hero with an almost running two-seater. On every job, no matter how big, one of you out there is looking for your 10mm. If I could meet the designer of this piece of shit, POS. If I could meet the designer of this POS, I'd like to look them in the eye. Who uses a front console to cover access, laying on the shop floor, cursing at the sky? Yeah. That was fun. Sorry, it was a little bit goofy. Alright, being a mechanic, we can cross that one off, which brings us to Boys Will Be Boys for Jill Dixon. I really enjoyed it. My 10mm with my guitar pick laughing somewhere. Yeah. No, that not crossed off. Uh-oh, what did I miss? Did I miss your prompt again? Forever and a day ago. Okay, I can't scroll up far enough anymore. It's whatever you're already doing something mechanical. I'm always trying to get you to do a poem about welding. Do another lightning glue. Okay. Sorry, I did in fact miss it twice. That's on me. All right, we will do Boys Will Be Boys right after this one, Jill. I did miss Solace's earlier, so I'm going to hop back to do that one. Oh, I already forgot. Okay, Solace. Was Forever and a Day Ago the prompt, or was it just another one about lightning glue? It's all good. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate you understanding. I am going to be streaming a little bit longer tonight. Legit, just push forward. All right. Mother Nerdlings, hey friend, glad you're feeling better. Thank you, good to see you. Glad you could make it. We'll start this one at 92.50. Anyone from Australia like me? And what time is it where you're at? What's the time difference there? I think we're pretty similar if I remember correctly. I think you're a day ahead of me, but in a similar time of day. Some of my old friends from Xbox Live used to be from Australia or Australia and New Zealand. I don't remember exactly which one, but one of the clans I used to be in on Xbox games was called ANZAC, Australia New Zealand Army Corps. That's what I believe it was. There we go, Irene. I'm not from Australia, but I did play COD with a guy from there earlier. Date is 21 of May. Yeah, so you're a day ahead. And it's midday. Okay, so you are... It's 6:20 p.m. for me. You're like 6 hours behind, but a whole day ahead. So you're 18 hours ahead of me. That's cool. 19 hours or 18 hours? I'm in tomorrow. You're in the future. Have a good night, Pizza Dave. I hope that you have a somewhat restful day tomorrow after getting slammed so much today. Get some rest. Yep, you guys are 4 hours ahead. Oh, Australia, you're a lot further. Actually, closer. Yeah, you guys are closer than me. It's weird. If we just turn the globe the other way, I would be closer. East Coast being closer. I don't know what that was. My inner 5-year-old took over. I was trying to get my red seal or whatever. Is that the equivalent of a... I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is that the equivalent of like a visa to do work over there, Solus? Or would you need that as well? My world information is drastically reduced. I don't even have a passport. I should remedy that. It's a trade thing. Okay, gotcha. Mother Nerdlings has a prompt of forgiveness, either of self or others. What's this for? It's going to be... I don't know if you'll still be up for it, or unless you're just leaving that prompt before you leave stream, Mother, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of you, and the one I'm working on now, so probably at least an hour. No worries, Mother Nerdlings. You have a good night. Did I write down? And I'm back. Okay, I think I'm back. I like the thumbnail. Good night for real. Thank you, Mother Nerdlings. Is the stream back now, Ann? I had a big frame loss there. My connectivity dropped. Should be back now. It froze as I stroked my beard. Oh no. Hopefully it's coming back. My connection's been restored, so hopefully it's working its way back. Okay, there we go. I was starting to scroll up. Cody, I did not write down the stand. Was that a prompt that I missed, or was that? I don't know what that was. I tried to scroll up and see, but as I started to scroll up, my stream froze. If you could type it again, maybe. Okay. Well, I don't know what the stand is. Is that a specific event, or like final stand, or? The book. Okay. That is a book to write down, not a prompt. I'm sorry. The stand. Okay, I have that written down now. Sorry I missed that before. Time 106:28. 106:28. Prompt. The stand. It's a prompt too. Okay. I don't know what it means as a prompt, so I will have to do my best to improv on that. I've not read the book. But that's time on this one. I took both of your prompts, Solus. Forever and a Day Ago and Lightning Strikes, Lightning Glue. I took it all and made it into one thing. So this is your Forever and a Day Ago Lightning for Solus Druid. We wrote this in 13 minutes and 30 seconds. I have not seen the movie. I don't know what the stand is offhand. Maybe I've seen it before, but I don't remember it. It doesn't ring any bells to me. But Forever and a Day Ago and Lightning Glue, Solus Druid in 13.5 minutes. I hear you saying it doesn't strike twice, while I wield its chaos in my hands. Loss of eyesight and little scorches, a reasonable price, to bend the lightning to my commands. I've honed this craft an eternity, burned rods and leathers to dust, spent forever trying to recreate me in a metal perfection that will not rust. taking two and making one, charging until they melt, shaped to my best. This could be my masterpiece, rivaling the sun. It must have been a day ago, or I've forgotten all the rest. Okay, we gotta go back a page. God damn it, that's so good. I appreciate you, Solus Druid. I was actually got it in my head today while I was at work to work on lyrics, like specifically lyrics for a song, and I even started like trying to do a little bit of singing on it, so you're welcome. That takes us back to Boys Will Be Boys for Jill Dixon. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. I've got to take a break from the pencil. The pencil is hurting my hand a little bit. So we're going to give you one more of the ASMR. The good stuff. The crunchies. There we go. And then we're going to put that over here and move to the pen with a nice comfort grip. We'll start this one at 1:09:30. Need one of those things for your fingers. Yeah, the little grip that goes on. I'm pretty sure. Ah, my back. The crunchy bits. Yeah. I usually write with a pen almost all the time, but I know you needed to warm up that pencil. Yeah. ASMR, I will fall asleep. Sell the pencil shavings. That's very close to, that's probably as close as I will ever get to Belle Delphine and bathwater. It's like, $500 for my pencil shavings. No. Fill-in work, yeah. That's what this one is. I'm using a gel pen right now. I like the Sharpie brand. And the ones I use at work are just the Pilot G2s. But I specifically bought this batch. I bought one package of these Sharpie gel pens when I was doing signatures, when I got my first edition copies of my book, and I was doing all the signing, and I had to sit there and I signed every copy. So I liked the flow of the gel pen for that. I always manage to smudge them. Yeah, you have to, yeah, they take a little while to dry, that's for sure. Hey, Cole Arnold. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? They move too fast without effort. Yeah, they don't take much to get moving. There is a distinct callus handwriters have. Oh, I bet. I'm sure there's several. Just writing, even on a paper page, like there's many points of contact between your hand and the paper. As a lefty, yeah. I imagine. I know a few of the kids I went to school with, they learned to write with their arm and like this hook over the page so they wouldn't drag their arm across it, but they could write like that, and it looked like they were writing basically upside down, but so they didn't drag their hand through the writing. That's good, Cole. I'm glad you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. I never developed the hook. Yeah. It doesn't look very comfortable. Like, I don't think it's a very reasonable way to write, but two of the kids I went to school with, that is how they wrote all their notes. It's like, ugh, that just doesn't look fun. I didn't take notes. That's a cheat code. I was such a frustrating student to have in class because I wouldn't take any notes, and then I would, like, if not ace, very, very often get a A on the tests, whatever they were. Can you write about the feeling of Diet Pepsi on the tongue or any soda? Yeah, carbonation on the tongue. Absolutely. That's for Irene. Oh, so I was not the math kid. I actually would just not do my math work a lot of the time. I hated math in school. As soon as they started, at that stage of my life, variables, I didn't understand them. Now I think math is very fun. I view them as a puzzle, and it's a lot like my job. Like, a lot of what I'm doing in my everyday job is hunting for the variable that's wrong. Not as simple as a math problem, but it's with an electrical circuit and trying to find the part that doesn't make sense when things aren't working the way they're supposed to. And once I started viewing math problems as a puzzle, they became a lot more fun to me. But for simple math, I was able to do a lot of it in my head, and I got really frustrated having to show my work because I would do it differently than how the teacher wanted it done. So I wouldn't get full credit, or I would get marked off, or they, like, two different teachers thought I was just cheating because I did it differently, and that would just piss me off. So I just wouldn't do the work. I would just not do it. So I never took Algebra 2. I took Algebra twice and then Personal Finance for my final math credit. I hated the process of waiting for others. Math was easy as fuck. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how I felt in just about every class that wasn't math. It's like, okay, I'm done. What do I do now? Oh, okay, I'll wait for everybody else. I'll try not to be distracting. But I don't know. I wasn't exactly an honor roll student. I lost a lot of interest in public school after my grandma passed away when I was in middle school. And after that, like my freshman year of high school, I just stopped caring. Math or high school, like, classes were a joke. I knew I wasn't going to college, so I never had that desire. I didn't want the debt. I didn't want any of that. But I liked writing, and I took AP classes my senior year. Like, I figured out that I could get into the college literature classes if I did well. So I then did well in my literature classes in high school, so I could get into the AP classes because I wanted to do them because they were interesting to me. Meanwhile, math, I just took Personal Finance. Geniuses, long way from that. ADHD is a superpower. Chaos that can be directed into a hyper-focused subject for a very brief amount of time. I had to go on leave from work for a long time. I was a teenager when my grandma passed away, and I've talked about it a little bit on stream before, but my mom worked 3 jobs and wasn't home a lot, so I spent a lot of time at my grandma's. She taught me how to cook. I grew up around her a lot, and when she went, my life became a lot more chaotic, and not in the best way. So I was very close with my grandma. I still have her cast iron skillet. The one that I learned how to cook in was one of the things that I inherited when she went. So I still cook dinner in the skillet that I learned how to cook in. It's one of the few things in my life that I'm sentimental about. It's that stupid skillet. Controlled chaos. AP statistics, man, that's big brain, Irene. Yeah, that skillet is on its way out. It's I don't know if you know old cast irons when they've been exposed to like direct heat and fire, like open flame, they start to get like pockmarked if they get too hot. Well, Grandma cooked over an open fire for a long, long time, so there's a hot spot in it where the iron has started to like come off. But, so I will eventually have to retire it, but for right now, I still cook on it basically every day I'm home. I will never throw it out. So even if it has holes in it, it'll get hung on the wall as an ornament. That's one of the things. I will never throw it out. That's awesome. I one of my other friends at home is very very big into cast irons. So for their wedding, he got married, and for he and his wife's wedding anniversary this year, I have a cast iron skillet that I got at a yard sale that I took their wedding date and their initials or names, first names, and I have a stencil on it, and I'm using my Dremel tool and etching it out so they can hang it on the wall as like a piece of art. That's very cool, man. My grandma collected pigs. She liked pigs, everything pigs. Shirts, statues, cups, dishes. I hope so. I hope they like it. I originally got it to give it to them as a wedding present, and it has been sitting half done in my workshop at home, so now it will be a wedding anniversary present. Yeah. I burned one of the Dremel tips out that I was using, and none of my other tips are the right ones, but I have like 200 other Dremel tips in this kit, so I have been reluctant to buy another one because I have so many, but none of them are the one that I broke. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the little spoons, like the little tiny short spoons that hang in a case. My grandma had a whole bunch of those too. Yeah, good intentions. Something, the road to somewhere. Showing your lack of. Yeah. Showing my lack of skill, Dremel, ? No. Being in Alaska, I would think. Okay, I'm waiting. I know about real tools. Yeah. I don't know how you would do an etching into a cast iron skillet. I don't have a laser engraver. I'm not going to do it with a hammer and a chisel, so I don't know. I don't know how to interpret that one, Solos. I feel called out here. I feel pretty good with what I was able to do with that Dremel. And it's not like a professional job, but I'm not a professional at it, so. Enlighten me, if you would. I would appreciate that for sure. How deep was the engraving? Just taking the surface off to make it shiny. So it's just getting through the black, so you get the shiny of the cast. No, I didn't think you were being an asshole. I'm sorry. I wasn't. I was under the impression that you were also kind of joking. I was trying to play into it a little bit. I'm sorry. There we go. Electric etching. Is etching not a laser engraver? Oh, like electrolysis? Like marking off the area that you want to do and then using electrolysis to do it? I mean, that'd probably be the correct way to do it. For sure. But I've never done that as far as to do it long enough to etch that deep. But I suppose you would just put a stencil in the bottom of the pan with what you want, and then just let it sit and let the electricity do the work. I've done that to clean the skillets before, but never to etch anything into them. I've done it to remove all the carbon buildup and shit off of them. But I didn't think about that as a way to etch stuff in. I felt like it would just be surface, like it might become invisible as time goes on. But I don't know. I can take pictures of it and post it in the Discord when I get back to town on Wednesday, maybe. I need to get a proper workshop because that's what happened. I was just doing it out on my porch, and it got left outside overnight and got rained on, and there's a lot that contributed to me being done with the project. It's one of my hyper focuses that I was very excited about, and then it was like, I broke the tip. It got rained on. It's rusty now. But yeah, no, I hope that I wasn't in a bad mood at all about that. I was just curious. insulted my tools. You'd expect me to have real tools. Okay, I'm sorry this one took so long, Jill. I got distracted talking many times there. So, just shy of 21 minutes here. Just do share the pics. I will. I'll have to. I don't know if how many of you in chat are actually in the Discord, but I updated the link on the channel page, so it should work now. The old link was expired, which I found out about in the last stream, but that's where I've got behind the scenes pictures and stuff like that, or the newsletter is another way to do it. But there's a lot more frequency in the Discord, people chatting and stuff over there. Well, this stream helped me get out of bed and finally have something to eat. That's awesome. Irene says I made it to Discord. Yeah, thank you. This one is Boys Will Be Boys for Jill Dixon, and we wrote it in just a little over 20 minutes. Such a blanket term. Use it innocently or don't. I've known some to hide behind its doors. Be one of those people? I certainly won't. But when used to explain scraped knees and muddy floors, that's the best the expression will ever be. A moniker of mischief makers everywhere, yearning to set their wilds free. Whether it's skipping rocks or pulling hair, the ability to create worlds from thin air, sticks and cans become the best of toys. With messy hair and asses bare, we will drive you crazy, but it's worth it. Boys will be boys. Bow is the hell, bro. Meeting the love of your life in a lucid dream. I'm sorry it took so long, Jill. I hope you like it. Yeah, my initial thought process of the phrase goes to a very dark place because I have interacted with people in my life that have used it to explain away a very shitty behavior, and I didn't want to have the whole poem be in that vein, so I tried to pull it back to youth and young kids and boys, and I remember being a little savage, running around with sticks and rocks and thinking I was king of the world, but I've had friends that have tried to use that as a saying to just make it okay to be a shitty human and had to call them out on it, and it's, yeah, anyway. I prefer it when it's being used to justify why the house is a mess. My son, when he was 1, climbing on the toy kitchen and jumping off. Yeah, exactly. Boys will be boys. I do. That was a cool, youthful way to picture frame the words. I'm glad you like it, Jill. Thank you. Solus, you're the best hype man in the world, Solus. I don't know how many times I've told you that, but I appreciate you guys. All right. Meeting the love of your life in a lucid dream. This has been a really good stream so far. I've It's been popping off. People have been chatting. This has been a lot of fun. Trying to go a little bit longer to make up for the shorter ones earlier. Oof, this will be heavy. Yeah, and they almost verbatim, or older people, like say you, I've had female friends that have tried to get someone to talk or talk to someone about something, and they have been met with, "Oh, boys will be boys." It's like, what the fuck? that's not okay. Yeah. Excuse my my bomb there. Sola says, I'm not gonna like this probably. Uh-oh. It's interesting, Stony. I can't remember almost any of my dreams. But, let's see. This one is for Marissa C. Every once in a while, I'll have very vivid dreams, and then they fade within, I don't know, an hour or two of being awake. Lucid dreaming crazy. You're good. Cook it. Yeah, that does sound peaceful. Let's see. 136 straight up. Yeah, as a teenager, I just didn't want to go to sleep. Anxiety-induced insomnia, so I had to take sleeping medicine for a couple of years before I was able to not become dependent on it. And this was about the same time where I started really getting into alcohol as a self-medication. But the sleeping pills just put me out. But even as a kid, I don't remember having dreams. It was always like I close my eyes and then something is waking me up. There's no in between. It's like a Skyrim loading screen. You're finally awake. Yeah, Chantix is a tool to quit smoking. That's actually a couple of my coworkers have been on Chantix. Hmm. Interesting. I wonder if that is that why it helps with the smoking cravings, because the dopamine that you're getting from the cigarettes, or the nicotine, I suppose. You don't feel that craving. Irene, my name, like my actual name, it's John Bjorgard. uh, yeah, I suppose there shouldn't be. I shouldn't really be hiding it at all. It's on my book. I published under my own name, so anybody who wants to click on the link can see it. No, my middle name is Jacob, though, Stony. I actually wasn't allowed to ride the bus in public school because I beat up too many kids for singing that song at me when I was a child. Because my middle name is Jacob. He wants you to know his name is Damien. Hi, Damien. It's good to meet you. Stony, I won't beat you up. Not a chance. I'm a much bigger person than I was when I was 6. Damien would like a poem about Godzilla. Is this the 5-year-old that was yeeted into bed, if I remember reading that correctly? Yes, that's the one. Okay. Well, in honor of the bedtime of a 5-year-old, body slammed into bed. That's right. I will do the Godzilla poem right after this one, so we can make sure that Damien is not up into the wee hours of the morning, because as it is, he's got a few poems in front of it. Murder Mittens. Yeah, don't tell YouTube, because I have my thing set to no kids. Irene, you're skirting the rules. No, that's it. That's a YouTube thing. I'll try to watch my mouth now that I know there's a child in the chat. Did someone say skirts? Short skirt and a long jacket. Oh, geez. I bet that went over well, Stony. He's pretending to sleep because I said he has to go to sleep after. Gotcha. Remember, Damien, if you open your mouth when you're trying to go to sleep, you won't accidentally smile, and it'll be harder to catch you when you're faking it. But then you will become a mouth sleeper, and then you'll snore like me. So it's not worth it. Just smile and get caught. Mouth breather. You're right, Solus. I am a mouth breather. Pro tip. Yeah, Cake is a band. Cake's a pretty good band. I used to listen to them a lot in middle school. Are there any good bands out of Alaska? I should probably know that. One of my friends is actually, he does Rasta and kind of some hip hop stuff. Deuce Natty out of Anchorage. He's got a couple songs on iTunes. He's not like a real band, but there are a couple of bands out of here. I can't remember the name of them right now. But what year were you born? We're getting personal. 93. I'm a young baby. Well, I feel like an old man, but it's the miles, right? I see. And then, do you want the last four of my social too? This is the internet, Anne. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. What's your social security number? I see. Scroll up. Somebody already asked for your social. Good luck. Irene is the smoothest hacker I've ever met. Social engineering. It actually is a recognized form of hacking. It's the hardest hack to protect from. The biggest security weakness in a security system is you, the person. Don't ever get too comfortable. Oh, don't worry. I know I've been in streams before where people have like shown their debit cards or pulled up their banking information on screen and immediately have stuff going on. The street I was raised on didn't have a name, so that one does not apply to me. I always have to pick a different option. It's like make of your first car, childhood friend's best name, or best friend's best childhood friend's name, some shit like that. Time 1:54:11. Meeting the love of your life in a lucid dream from Marissa C. 136 to 154. So we wrote this one in 17 minutes and 49 seconds. I kind of lost where I was at in the latter parts of it, so did my best. But raindrops stopped when our eyes met. This world wasn't real before you. Wasn't I just laying down? I can't be asleep yet. Where have I seen you before? This is new. I can feel a heartbeat, but we're frozen. Why is your face fogged over? A sharpness stirs my finger. A rose stem? Reveal yourself, my faceless lover. I remember your smell, the way you looked, but your name won't come out. Eyes open wide, what love dream have I cooked? This loss hurts again now. Was it a dream at all? Okay. All right, Godzilla. This is Godzilla for Damien. Angelina Resendez, love your poems. I was clean and sober for over a year, fell down for a week, now back at 30 days. Keep writing, it's beautiful. Thank you for your kind words, Angelina. I appreciate you and wish you nothing but strength on your journey. Congratulations on the 30-day milestone. You've got this. That's awesome. To get back up has got to be one of the most respectful things that I can ever acknowledge in somebody else on this journey. I appreciate you sharing that with me a lot. Whew, okay. Appreciate you. I can't do it as well as the emojis, but we'll do this. That's how I picture it every time I post it. It's one of my favorite emojis to use because it's just like so simple, and it's not like the red heart. I don't know. You're not alone. That's one of the if I can show anybody anything in substance abuse, that's the one thing that I want people to see my channel and know is you're not alone. That's my biggest goal with making my journey as public as it is and being as open and transparent about it. Like that's a very cool thing for me to hear and see. Like I've learned I can't do it alone. I tried to do it alone for a long time, and I couldn't either. You need something. All right, Damien, let's write a poem about a big lizard. 158, straight up. I'm gonna just a disclaimer for all of the non-5-year-olds. I'm gonna write a poem about Godzilla geared towards a 5-year-old. So judge me all you want. This is intentional. That's awesome, Irene. I appreciate you guys. I know it was hard to smile there for a couple of days. Do I have any kids? I have 4 dogs. That's as close as I will ever get to having kids if things go the way that I would like. My lifestyle is not suitable for a home life that would be beneficial. I do not want to be an absentee parent, and it just, yeah, not a thing that I would want. So I grew up with a broken home and an absentee parent, and it's not something that I want to recreate. So I made the choice of career over child. So it's what makes sense for me. But I do have 4 dogs, and they do their best. They get babied like kids. And I think people might call people on me if I locked my kids in a kennel. Time 1:65:22. Okay, Damien, this is your 7-minute Godzilla poem. This is a Godzilla poem for Damien, and we wrote it in 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, disclaimer, this is written for small child 5-year-old Damien. Godzilla saw the cities so shiny, but the cars and people were so loud. He roared and crashed through the town so tiny. He stomped and smashed. He found a crowd. The people asked if Godzilla wanted to dance. They were having a party after all. He began to jump and prance. Maybe the people weren't so bad at all. Godzilla picked up the broken buildings tall and helped fix up the city streets. He knew next time the music was a call. They were inviting him from under the sea. We've got Jill D. That's very sweet of Godzilla. Yeah. I figured it was a suitable way for Godzilla to behave. You should write children's books. I have had a thought. I've had that thought myself. Thank you, Damien. I'm glad that you liked it. Give it up for Godzilla. Is he a Disney fan? Under the sea. Under the sea. I can't do a very good Sebastian voice, but I can do a little bit. $168.10 is where we start the next one. Next, this next poem prompt is Flames to Ashes for Jill D. Oh, I've got to add Cody's onto my list. It was mother-in-laws. If that was a real prompt, we'll add it there anyway. Angelina says, I write a lot, but not poems. I wish I could. I've never tried, but I don't imagine I'd be good at it. Yeah, so the way that my live stream works, Angelina, is I do prompt poems. So I take prompts from chat, and I have them on a list next to me on a little index card. And I work my way through, and I spend 10 to 15 minutes writing poems based on the prompts that I get from people in chat. So yeah, if you'd like to request a poem, I can add it to my list. I'm coming up on probably the last 45 minutes of stream. I've got the one I'm working on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 in front of you. So if I'll probably take one more prompt poem, but if there's one that you'd like, we can make that my last prompt, and I'll work through what I've got, and that'll probably be a good wrap-up point for me. So if there's anything that you'd like a poem written about. Also, you say that you write a lot and you wish you could, but you've never tried. You don't imagine you'd be good at it. So in the Discord channel that's linked on my YouTube channel page, we have a poetry workshop channel where people share what they've written and they can get feedback, and people can communicate. You can ask, get advice, talk about what you're working on. It's a safe, constructive place if you find that interesting at all. That's something that I've established on there. Hey, TJ, good to see you. Welcome back, welcome back. It's been a minute. Do you go live every day? The schedule that I'm trying to adhere myself to is Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 9 p.m. EST, and situational Wednesdays and Fridays where it'll be the same time slot. I usually try to go home on Wednesdays, so I will try not to stream because that's my day to get caught up on stuff in town because I work remotely away from my home. But situationally, I'll be streaming Wednesdays and Fridays, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday are my scheduled times that I'm going to try and do. I do have a job where there's potential where I work late and I won't be able to stream that day. I have the potential to work until like midnight EST, so if that happens, I won't stream that day. But I'm trying to stream 3 days a week. That is my targeted thing. And your prompt was starting new. Awesome. I'll add you on the list. And that'll probably be my last prompt for tonight. So we'll work through what I've got. This is for Angelina. I'm in Alaska. I live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I work right outside of Denali National Park. We wish, man. Oh, nice. I'm in Canada. Very cool. Okay. Are we back? It says I'm live, but I dropped a bunch of frames. There we go. I think I'm back now. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. If I scroll up, so far that's happened like 4 times. I scroll up to see what I missed in chat and it instantly disconnects me. So I think there's just too many chats this stream, which is the first time I've had that problem. Thank you everybody. But I appreciate all of you. You're getting too popular. Time for a scandal. How have you been, man? You still sober? I am. Yeah, today was 160 for me. And been incredibly busy. Yeah, I missed a couple streams last week myself, DJ. It's life. Life happens. Nothing to apologize for at all. I'm happy to see your name pop up. I'll get working on the scandal. There we go. 12/12, December 12th is my sobriety date. Which, yeah. Marissa says, I left and just came back. Could you reread my last prompt, meaning love of your life and lucid dream? I can. Let me flip back to it. Meeting the love of your life in a lucid dream for Marissa C. I wrote this one in just over 18 minutes. 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Raindrops stopped when our eyes met. This world wasn't real before you. Wasn't I just laying down? I can't be asleep yet. Where have I seen you before? This is new. I can feel a heartbeat, but we're frozen. Why is your face fogged over? A sharpness stirs my finger. A rose stem? Reveal yourself, my faceless lover. I remember your smell, the way you looked, but your name won't come out. Eyes open wide, what love dream have I cooked? This loss hurts again now. Was it a dream at all? I'm glad that you liked it. I'm glad you came back and got to hear it. I sometimes when I'm reading them back, I get caught up in just getting them read, and I don't give them the proper, like, they're not all Godzilla poems for Damien, and that's not to take away from the emotion that went into that performance, Damien. But love poems about meeting your true love in a dream might be a little more emotional than Godzilla dancing. That's something that I'm working on, Jill. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate that a lot. I need to be better about that. Going in the second book, probably. Actually, these ones are probably going to be in their own book. So I don't know if who was here when I talked about this the first time, but my idea with these prompt poems is when I fill one of these notebooks up, I'm going to move them all onto my computer and get them kind of roughly edited, put them as a prompt publication, and note who gave me the prompt, the time where the prompt, what the prompt was, who submitted it, and the amount of time it took to write, and publish that as a token for people that watch the streams or somebody that wants to support the channel as something that we were all kind of involved in. I think it might be kind of cool. So hopefully my second book will be publication, like all works that haven't been performed already. At least most of them. There will be a few that I've, of course, read on stream or given away to Ko-Fi tier 2s, but that's awesome. I'm glad that people like that idea. You don't need to be better, just be you. I'm doing my best, Solus. I'm doing my best to be my best. Yeah. Oh, when that gets off the ground, that'll be something that gets a lot of attention. I will try to push that a lot, because if my stream math is correct, and I stream 3 times a week, 4 weeks a month, and I do roughly 9 to 12 poems a stream, I should be able to fill one of these books up, because I only write on one side. I don't write on this other side. So if I can do 100 poems a month, I can do one of these prompt poem books a month. And if I could keep that going, it would keep books coming out. It would keep... Don't put all of mine in there. Okay, Solus. But I was thinking that could be something that would replace the hey, if you want to support me, donate at the link down below. Like, I don't want to be that kind of content creator. I want to do this and help people, and if I can be able to support myself with the art that I'm creating while doing that, that would be like my two worlds joining together. Like, that would be awesome. Like, if I could do this kind of stuff for a living, I would quit my job tomorrow. But that's not my end intention. I'm not trying to do this to I don't know. I just want my experiences to help people. Yeah. I want to be able to give something for it. I don't want it to be a, hey, donate down below. I want it to be a, hey, if you want to support me, here's something that I created that you can purchase if you really want to. I don't want it to be a donation. I want it to be a transaction. And I feel like I feel better about it mentally by doing that. And I don't know if that says something wrong about me or about my mentality about it. But hey, Mariah, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, I don't know. I had somebody, when I first set up my Ko-Fi page, I had somebody donate me $35 and then ghost my messages. Like I said, I messaged them directly. I was like, hey, what can I give you? What can I do for you? What can I, please don't just give this to me. Like, I didn't I never got a hold of that person again. They never responded to my messages, and it's like I got upset. I was tilted, but it was a very nice thing, and there was a very sweet message attached to it, but just no response, didn't take anything. It's like, didn't feel good. DJ, yeah, you don't have to apologize at all, DJ. That's awesome. Buying a house is huge. That's absolutely crazy. Sorry, I need to run to do something. Thanks so much for the wonderful stream for myself and Damien. I hope you have a lovely evening. Everyone else, take care. Remember, stronger together. You're such a natural. I'm genuinely so impressed by your poetry talent. Thank you very much, Miss. I appreciate that. Yeah, they didn't want anything. They just wanted to be helpful. And yeah, I don't know. Have a good night. Right drive. That's what it is. What matters. Yeah, I'm terrible about marketing myself. Like, usually about once a stream, I remember, it's like, oh, I should probably plug my book. Like, hey, I've written a book. It's to help people battling substance abuse. It's on Amazon. You should check it out if that interests you. And that's about all I do. But a couple of my friends have recommended doing like a whole video dedicated to it and putting it on the channel and just having like directing people to it as my little advert. But thank you, Mariah. I appreciate that. It's called Rise, Echoes of Healing and Hope. It's linked on my YouTube channel page in the links at the top. Underneath my sub count, it should say 3 more links. If you click on that, there's a link that says my book, and it takes you to the Amazon page. The cover looks like this, if you're still on stream. You should, not a bad idea. I'm going to order it. Helps me and helps you. I appreciate you, Angelina. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness, Mariah. Not too much, not too little. Yeah, I've definitely droned on about it in earlier streams, that's for sure. I've gone on a little bit too deep. When I was first starting to stream, I used to have a very bad habit of like doing my rehearsed plug. I wrote a little script of what my plug was, and I would do it like every 20 minutes, and it became too much. She's in a poem out there somewhere. The little boy in the balloon. I love that book, Rise. I have it. I appreciate you, Mariah. Thank you. That supports me directly, so that makes me very happy. The dream is to get it into the hands of as many people as possible. I really think that it can be helpful. I'm so writing a song about this. 99 Red Balloons. Okay, 191.15. Sorry this one took so long, Jill, but we have Flames to Ashes for Jill. Okay. There was a John who wrote poems while sitting in my atrium. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to scroll up to reread stuff, so it'll make me disconnect, but I'm going to keep going, Solus. Flames to Ashes for Jill Dixon, and this one was 23 minutes. A little bit long. We got caught up talking. What started as bright and hot will end dull and gray. Every brilliant flame began as an intrusive thought, ashes settling amongst flowers of May. What has burnt will be grown again, mighty roots to hold up the cycle. Matches would burn the world we've given, turn to waste all the fuel it wants. But rest finds those embers, peace settling atop the red skies. The day the coal runs out of timber, when fire turns to ash, is when the flame dies. Writing a parody of a song that already exists, Solus. Okay. And now we've got Poem for Anne. Thank you all. I appreciate all of your kindness. This is for Anne's, and the prompt is losing my grams. I'm using the word grandma. I'm assuming it's interchangeable, but correct me if I'm wrong on that one. We'll start this one at 19355. Grams. Yeah, I have grams written down on your prompt that I wrote down, but in the notebook I just wrote grandma, so that's why I wanted to check. Grampy and grams. I like that. Jill says, I need to tap out. 6 a.m. comes around quickly. Good night, all. Have a good night, Jill. Thank you for hanging out as long as you have. Sorry, my keyboard is fighting me. That's okay, Solus. Sweet poetry dreams. Daryl Waltrip? Is that a type of bird? I'm not sure. I appreciate you, and thank you for popping in. It's been a lot of fun. And then this poem that I'm working on right now is one that I hope does justice to the prompt. Welcome back. I'm working on the prompt for Anne of losing my grams. I'm not sure if you were here, Angelina, when I did the reading of Flames to Ashes. That guy also says, what kind of poetry? They are usually short, 3 to 4 stanzas, 4 lines each. Pretty, the way that I'm doing these stock standard prompt poems, just to make sure we keep moving through the prompts. But I'm done taking prompts for this stream. I've got a couple more to go. I'm working on one right now, and then I think I've got 3 more after this. I'm gonna save these 2 for next stream because those prompt people are not here. That one's done. So yeah, I might move Cody's to the next stream and do Starting New as the last one, because I already did a couple for Cody tonight. Hey, thanks, that guy. Oh, you can absolutely record while I'm reading. I can also clip it too, or I don't know if you in chat can, but Marissa, I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST, thereabouts, maybe a little before, maybe a little after, but usually within 15 minutes on either side of 9 p.m. EST. That's time. 2:06:20. So this one is it's like 12 minutes and 25 seconds. This is Losing My Grams for Anne, and we wrote this one in just over 12 minutes. I knew I'd have to live days without you, but I thought there'd be more time. To say your passing hurt wouldn't be fully true. It crushed my throat, made every step too high to climb. I've got your smile and your jumper to keep warm, covered in cats, a clothing fit for your crown. Losing you was losing my lighthouse in the storm, falling off the ship and wishing I might drown. But with grief comes a delivery of love, wrapped in bows of memories together, Thank you, Grams, for lifting me up and sheltering me until better weather. Hey, Stony. Yeah, we're doing a little bit longer stream tonight to make up for the missed one last week. So I'm probably gonna do one more prompt, and that'll be my end point. So I'm gonna move Cody's Mother of Nerdlings and Irene's other one to tomorrow, and I'll do Angelina's right now. I'm glad that you liked it, Ann. I appreciate that. I was hoping that it would find a little bit of home. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little bit of my grandma in there too. Hey, Bird Ninja. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. The last one of stream is going to be Starting New. This one's for Angelina. Whew, okay. Sorry, gotta shake that off a little bit. I appreciate the lurk, Bird Ninja. If any of you who have purchased my book or have seen some of the art in it when I was showing it on stream, Bird Ninja is the illustrator. You should shout out Bird Ninja. Go check out their stuff. Their stuff's awesome. Uh, 210. Yeah, it was a little heavy. No, Anne, you don't have to apologize at all. Like that, I don't let how I'm responding to it affect how you feel as far as guilt or any of that shit. I love invoking that kind of an emotional response with words. I feel like it's I'm still giving life and emotional impact on people that aren't here anymore. And there's a little bit of my grandma in there too. Like, don't apologize, please. I appreciate it a lot. And it just so happens to be summer, so I can say this is allergies. Damn trees. makes your words mean and worth so much more. I appreciate that, Angelina. Thank you. Darn trees trying to kill you all summer. All summer. Trees are out here just essaying everybody. Trees and flowers dragging us all down with them. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a plan. They want us to get all choked up and fall down and die, and then they can process us into fertilizer. I live on a 350-acre farm surrounded by trees. I'm going to use that one. Man, that sounds awesome. I want a 350-acre farm. I want a 50-acre. I want a 5-acre. I'd take a 5-acre homestead, actually. I used to live off-grid on a little plot of 5 acres, and that was some of the lowest and also like simplest, happiest points of my life. D-Slash, Fallout Beanie. That's right. There's the Vault Boy, the most iconic member of the stream. Have you played 4? Yes. I played 4 when it was new on release. I have many hundreds of hours into Fallout 4 at some point in time. That's awesome. He's making eye contact the whole time he's writing. Yeah, oh, it's a different kind of work than what people that live in the urban jungle reference, but yeah, it's a very rewarding kind of physical work. Yeah. I mean, I like to take a break and talk and do chat, and making eye contact the whole time he's writing. Not the whole time. I got to look down every once in a while. But it gives me time to think. I do my thinking while I'm talking. My brain is doing other words while my mouth is doing these words. Yeah. No, I miss the simplicity of, oh, I see. When my head's down, this guy's just staring at you like, yes, you're having fun. Thumbs up. Yes. This is the reminder to like the stream. It's this little guy's hand right here. But yeah, no, I did the hauling water, splitting firewood, like true no power. My house was wired, but I ran it off of a Coleman generator that sat outside when it was really cold. Drain the oil out of my car, bring it inside, set it next to the wood stove overnight, go outside in the morning, pour my warm oil into my car so my car would start because there was no way to plug my car in. Like, yeah. The shower was in the living room next to the wood stove. My water pump or my water tank was upstairs, so I would bring 5-gallon water buckets up, pour them in the tank up above at a gravity feed shower head. It was a lifestyle. It's very simple, very rewarding, very physical. I wish that I had fully respected what I had when I was in that moment. Oh, that's awesome. Sounds like normal 90s poverty. I mean, yeah, I grew up in a two double wide trailers sandwiched together on top of, I don't know where we were at, railroad ties or something, but yeah. Bird Ninja, I definitely prefer living on a farm. Living in town sucks. I agree with you. If I could have cool, high-speed internet and live on a farm, that'd be like my ideal scenario. And then I could just, write on my farm and go take care of whatever animals I decide to have that aren't pigs, because I will never take care of pigs again. The smell. That's all it is. Just the smell. Starlink is a thing. Some of my friends have Starlink. And chickens. Chickens are your farm, Bird Ninja. I actually have done the debate on rabbits versus chickens for sustainability and meat. Like if I was gonna try to feed myself, I think I'd probably do rabbits. But chickens are, I like eggs too much. I have to do chickens. I like eggs too much. I want to talk about a-holes. Pigs are a-holes, geese are a-holes. Yeah. I always raised pigs in threes, so you could sell two to pay for the one you got to keep. But I only did it once, and I won't do it again. My dad, when he was a young man, he raised pigs, and he was the one that told me that if you ever do it, raise 3 of them so you can sell 2 and pay for the other one. And a mess, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's time. 2:24:30. All right, so this is starting new for Angelina, and I wrote this one in 14 minutes and 28 seconds. Every day is a new sunrise if you want it. I, like so many others, have made yesterdays too long, refused to set the past down and confront it. I'm done replaying. It's time for a new song. Sunlight on my skin, I am born anew. Today marking a different calendar within, leaving behind every emotional weight I've outgrew, striving forward into the dawn, ready to begin. Square one is daunting when there are no steps ahead, but the courage to take the first leap will deliver you achievements unlike even what the dream said. This memory of starting new, forever yours to keep. I like how that one came out. Thank you for that prompt, Angelina. Starting new is a very powerful thing, especially with my subject matter and where my channel is based, like substance abuse, sobriety, taking those day ones. There's a lot of overlap there, and the life restarting and starting over again is something that I think encompasses more than just that, but I hope that you liked it. I appreciate the prompt a lot. That's going to be my last prompt poem for tonight, so I'll start do the wind-ups. If you like what I do and want to be more involved or see behind the scenes, the links on my channel page will take you to my book on Amazon, my Discord, or my Ko-Fi if you'd like to check those out. If you want custom dedicated poems for you specifically every month that aren't shared with the rest of the world, that's on Ko-Fi as a tier 2. You can get 2 of those a month. You also get access to a special channel in the Discord where you can make requests anytime you want, and I respond to them as I have time. I'm working on sticker packs, I'm working on some more marketing things, and I'm going to be working on getting the prompt poems put into a publication to be available for purchase for people that want to support the stream. So, thank you, and I will be live again tomorrow at, my Discord, the Sober Poet Society. It's the Discord link in my channel page. It should take you there. The link was busted. It was pointed out to me last stream. It should be working now. But there's poetry workshops. There's some private channels in there. It was originally just for Ko-Fi members, and then I opened it up as there's free member access, and then I just restricted some of the channels. So some of the channels are only going to be available for my Ko-Fi supporters when they eventually come in. If they come in. But I am excited to hear what you think about the book. I do have a book, and the link is on my channel page. It takes you to Rise. This one, it looks like this. It's a very small little chat I will do, Bird Ninja, thank you. I have a couple that I have rough done now, but I definitely want to do a couple more. We brainstormed in one of the streams earlier about sticker ideas, so I've got a big list of sticker ideas here that I've been slowly messing around with. But anyway, the chat book is dedicated towards people battling substance abuse, or if you're a loved one of somebody in that situation. It's 30-something poems broken into 3 sections. It focuses on my time in substance abuse, my time in therapy, and after I started attending the counseling that I was in, and then after starting sobriety, many times, and just learning to love yourself and be transparent and having that hard conversation with yourself afterwards, just like learning to exist after starting sobriety. It's hard. It's a lot of emotions are packed into it. There's some reviews on the book page if you want to check it out. A lot of people have said very kind words about it. If you did purchase the book, I would love a review. I genuinely would like to know what people think. I think the book can be helpful. So, vinyl worked well for me. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'm probably going to use a third-party program. From what the research I've done, I think that's my most cost-effective way to do it, unless I'm going to be doing things in bulk. But, yeah, maybe I'll see some of you in the Discord. Feel free to email me. That's there too if you just want to reach out. I hope that's an awesome thing. You're actually not the first person to tell me that, Marissa. That means a lot to me. That's super cool to me to hear. Thank you. All right. Maybe I'll see some of you in the Discord. If not, I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. Bye.